evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Manish Ferwani. I'm of the class of '06 from FMS Delhi and also the secretary of the FMS Forum. Today we are here to do the final presentations of the Inter B School online competition Think, which is a part of our FMS Founders Day. It is a very proud moment for us that we're going to have a lot of great business schools. We shortlisted 5+1 as backup of the business schools that participated. This is our jury.
This is the crux of our argument. We say that the same technology and data used for that technology can erode one person's privacy while accruing benefits to the other person and actually enhancing their privacy. We also argue that privacy means different things to different people, that any two people, would value different types of privacy goods.
But at the same time, if things grow out of our hands and we don't understand how it's growing, we'll definitely see the wrong side of it, like fake news.
Industrially, just like oil's created wealthiest companies, data continues to do the same. So in 1955, the major oil companies were Exxon, Gulf, Mobil, Amoco, Texaco, Shell, Chevron. They were all in Fortune 500. Today, in Fortune 500, we have major tech companies like Amazon, Apple, AT&T, Alphabet, Microsoft, Dell, Facebook. And just like oil created the wealthiest individuals, data continues to do the same. So in 1950s, the richest people who had more than $100 million of net worth were John Paul Getty, Elisa Millen Cruz, H.L. Hunt, Richard King Mellon, John D. Rockefeller. All were oil barons. Similarly, today, people with net worth more than $50 billion are mostly tech barons. They are, for example, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison.
6 out of 10 people on Earth are subject to data collection every day. Human beings are a source of the biggest data generation, with organizations are mining.
Apart from that, it was very relevant, it was great fun preparing for it. We sort of picked the other side of the argument, which was slightly more difficult to prove, but the jurors challenged us with great questions on that.
Okay.
So the entire Q&A was very insightful. It gave a lot of thought.
We wanted to actually participate or not, and there was a general consensus that yes, we have to put in the work and we have to actually make a presentable presentation, and I think that's what we did, and we got into the top 5.
As soon as our exam ended, we started researching, we started creating the presentation, and
Okay.
well, we did put up a lot of hours, and but we are very happy that it panned out well.
I think this was a great topic. It's very current and very relevant in today's time, and given the proliferation of a lot of online platforms and data and the discussion between citizens, regulators and corporations, it's a timely debate to have, and I think the quality of the presentations was quite good. They reflected all of these 3 different pillars.
Is overregulation going to actually destroy the opportunity that India presents in the form of a regulatory arbitrage, right? We don't have heavy regulation on this, and this has been used very well by a lot of our entrepreneurs, a lot of our internet-based businesses. But will overregulation kill that opportunity? I think these are very important things to be considered, and I think this is a brilliant start, a good initiative. Some of these presentations have raised very interesting points. I would really encourage all these participants to continue to work on this, and some of them can actually write some decent papers on this, which will continue to keep this debate current and ongoing.
All the best to all participants and all the best to FMS Forum. Keep doing this good work, and we at FMS are really appreciative of your efforts and look forward to many such opportunities in future. Thank you so much.